Our environment is a grave concern to all of us, and here in the Northeast, we face specific challenges to leading an environmentally friendly life.
Hi, I'm Chuck Halliday.
And I'm Laudia Yambala.
Here at Northeast Green Lifestyles TV, we're going to show you some of the best ways that you, your family, your business, and even your community can contribute to a better way of life for all of us. On this episode of Northeast Green Lifestyles TV, we'll feature a cottage being rebuilt to be green, a circus arts performance space that's transforming a neighborhood, and learn easy tips for reducing your impact on our environment right from your own kitchen.
This program is funded in part by Immunitech, your key to living well and maintaining a strong immune system. Immunitech, makers of Immunical, a nutritional supplement listed in the physician's desk reference and recognized by researchers and medical professionals around the world. And JM Vital Distributors, suppliers of organic and fair trade products worldwide. JM Vital Distributors, offering natural cotton, coffee, rice, tea, and chocolate.
The Weeks family have put a lot of thought into their environmentally friendly cottage, so let's see some of the specifics that they've decided to add.
I'm Graham Weeks, and this is my wife Makrita, and we're sitting here in the big open area of an ecological cottage we've been building for the last 3.5, almost 4 years. It's on Lake Malaga in the Eastern Townships, about halfway between Eastman and Magog.
I think it was our son who took us along and introduced us to the idea of a green cottage, of reusing parts of an old cottage, reusing what was in the environment of the cottage.
What makes this house green? What are the elements that we integrated into it that make it ecologically an interesting project? Part of it is the design from the concept that my son our son built with, or developed with 3 colleagues in the program at Concordia in design art. And then they were picked up our architect that laid out the basic plan for this house.
Hi, my name is Arian Weeks. I'm an industrial design technician here at Dawson College, and I'm also the designer and project manager of the Henley House in the Eastern Townships. It was a project that was started back in 2004. We wanted it to be a 4-season, someplace that we could go and go skiing on the weekends. And so we started to discuss, well, how are we going to do that? Are we going to build a new house? Are we going to take apart the old one? Are we going to add on to the old one? And only after my first year at Concordia did we start to talk about green and looking at how to maybe build a new house, but keeping the earth and the environment in mind when doing so. And from there, I developed an independent study at Concordia, along with several of my fellow students, that started in our second year at Concordia, and went from there. We did the research and design of the house. The research was looking into things like composting toilets, alternative energy, different ways, different new and greener septic systems. And then in the design phase, it was more looking into, well, how is this house actually going to look and feel? How are we going to integrate it into the landscape?
One of the features you may see the overhang here. The design is to keep the hottest rays in the sun from shining into the 2 lower rooms. It's been a lot of weekends and summer holidays putting this place together, and as you can see from the number of shots, we're not finished yet. We're hoping we'll be done by April, which would be the 4th anniversary of getting started here. When you look at the house from this angle, you just assume it's a 1-room or a 1-level cottage. It's only when you walk through that door behind us that you realize that to your left is a huge open area, and to the right are 2 levels, 4 bedrooms, or actually 3 bedrooms and a library, and a couple of washrooms, and a stairway that connects the upper to the lower level.
Some of the main features that we've incorporated, along with my classmates at Concordia and the architect that helped us early on, are aspects of daylighting. So reducing the amount of lights that you actually need to turn on in the house by using natural daylight. So having larger windows on the south-facing sides, because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. If you have south-facing windows, you're going to get the most light through those windows during the day. So that was one big aspect. One that sort of goes along with that was incorporating a solar tube into the house. And what it is essentially is a small skylight that's on the top of your roof, and then it sort of feeds sunlight down into that room using a very reflective tube. And so this is what we did in our downstairs bathroom, so when you go in there, you feel like you should be turning the light off, but there's no light to turn off because it's just natural sunlight that's being reflected down into the bathroom. Some other aspects were airflow. During the summer it gets very hot, so we wanted to have a way to cool down the house naturally. One way is to have cool air coming from the ground level, coming into the windows on the ground floor, and then making its way up through doors in the top of the rooms, and then ending up going out the north side windows that we would open up to give that circulation. The heating system that we've incorporated into our house is called, in French, a foyer de masse, or a masonry mass heating system in English. What it is you have the heart of your fireplace, which uses bricks that accumulate the heat and then release it over a long period of time. So it's also incorporated into our floor heating system through a series of pumps. When we're not down there, it's being heated electrically. We turn the heat down to 10 degrees so that the pipes don't freeze in the floor, and it stays like that. And then once we know that we're coming up, say on a weekend or even for a week during Christmas or during the summer, we call the house and it tells the heating system to turn on. So this is especially important in the winter, so that you're not getting down there and it's 10 degrees and now you have to heat the house up.
I think we worked hard to not make they call that a footprint that we as human beings have on this earth, to make it as small as we can. So we could feel good about having a place here that we worked really hard on to make it as green as possible. And I'm really proud of our son, who has sort of helped us and pushing us to think this way.
We're going to give you an update on the Weeks Family Cottage project in a later show, but first, why don't we review some of those environmentally friendly design features that they put in place, such as use of strategic window placement, creating an efficient airflow design for heating and cooling, incorporating innovative uses for recycled building materials, utilizing high-efficiency heating such as mass masonry fireplace and radiant floor heat, and adding more natural light by using a solar tube. These are all things that we can consider when we're looking to renovate or build new.
Hi, my name is Laudia Yambala for Northeast Green Lifestyles TV. Today, we're going to take a look at Toyu, a Montreal company that's blending environmental technology, the performing arts, and fostering big changes in their community.
Hi, my name is Joanna Costa, and welcome to Toyu. This is a LEED certificated building, a performance hall that puts together environmental concerns and circus arts. The idea of the Toyu was actually to transform into reality a dream of the Cirque du Soleil and the National School of Circus in 1994, and also MPIST, which is a group of technicians and people that work with the circus arts. They put this dream together to transform Montreal into the biggest world capital of circus arts. The idea came up with the beautiful and green building, which is this building we're here now, which is called Toyu. This building was LEED certificated in 2005.
For at least the past 5 years, we've been seeing a major move towards green buildings, especially on the commercial side. We see major universities and even governments, entire provincial or federal governments deciding that all new buildings must be LEED certified. This is big news for the green building industry.
So this building can offer you recyclable materials, reused materials. We save energy and we save water as the main activities we do. The infrastructure included, for example, recyclable materials in the performance hall cover. So 25% of the cement was recycled. The other interesting element is the banister. Actually, the banisters of the main stairs, they came from an amusement park in south of Montreal called La Ronde. Actually, it was an attraction called bumper cars, and they changed their attraction. Instead of dumping these waste in a landfill site, they integrated it in our architecture. The other interesting thing is about our beams. Actually, our beams, they came from an old train industry in the east of Montreal. This train industry was called Loco Shop Angus. Instead, the same thing, instead of dumping them somewhere, they just introduced into our architecture. The other interesting thing about saving water is that we use a flush system that takes only 6 liters of water instead of the conventional 13 liters. The other interesting thing is that we have a naturalized basin all along our building, and it's supposed to retain the rainfall waters, and with this, the soil, the earth will gradually absorb the water, and with this water in the summer will be used for landscaping and irrigating the whole area. The heating system puts together a heated floor, a radiant floor, and also the geothermia system. These two let us to save energy during the winter. For the summer period, we combine the geothermia with a ice banker. The ice banker is supposed to storage cold just before a performance. And then, in this case, we don't have to do cooling with the performance hall 24 hours. This also led us to save energy during the summer.
And it's not every day that a project gets LEED Gold certified, which I believe the Toyu received, but we're going to see a lot more of small examples. That's an extreme case, but of course all those small little things that are done can be done at a broad scale and really make all the difference environmentally.
While La Toyu is a great example of a building using environmentally friendly technology, the mission at the Saint-Michel Environmental Park is far-reaching. Let's go back to Juliana.
This is the circular performance permanent hall for all kinds of arts. This is a multifunctional performance hall. As you can see, we have a rounded scene, a rounded stage that can be organized, and this reminds us of a circus hall. And it actually follows the circus standards, the regular international standards of 13 meters wide per 20 meters high. As a multifunctional performance hall, we can change and recreate the scene following the needs of a conceptor. So we have at least 850 seats. but we can expand the room or transform into a smaller one, depending on the conception, depending on the show. So these seats, they can be folded as in an accordion, and they can be hidden, and then the whole area will become a 40 meters wide area. Otherwise, it's going to follow the Circus International standards that are 13 wide to 23 high meters. The LEED certification given also to this room, to this performance hall, followed a few features. One of them, if you look all around, we have these squares from where the cooling or the heating come out. Whenever we have a performance, the cooling system is applied, and then the cool air will go out those squares, and they will get in contact with the public. And with this contact, the air will become hot. And this warm air, the hot air, is lighter than the cold air. So a natural system will let the hot air goes up, and this is the hybrid ventilation system that was also certified by LEED. At the top, we have a trap that during the winter season will capture and filter the hot air after a performance, and will clean it and then send to warm up the offices. This is part of also a local thinking of using local energy, and we use the public energy, the audience energy, to heat up our offices after a performance. The other interesting possibility for this performance hall is that it is high enough to host flying trapeze, as in a circus tent. We have companies just close by that participate in this industrial rehabilitation, and by the end, one part of the cultural pole will be to sculpt the whole limestone that is still available in a part of a quarry, the old quarry, and to transform it as a Greek amphitheater. The other idea is to plant 20,000 trees and to have a area where people could come and walk around. Since we are in a windy area of Montreal, we're gonna take advantage of this resource, the wind, and we're gonna open an area for sports, kites, and so forth. And eventually, in a part of the old quarry, we have this lake that is going to be constructed, that is going to be built and created to integrate and to have aquatic sports and activities. At the Tohu, you can find music, you can find theater, you can find circus. You can put all them together. And if you're interested into learning more about our commitment to environment, circus arts, and the social rehabilitation of the whole neighborhood, come to Montreal and visit us, or go to the website, to our website at www.tohu.ca.
The building industry is actually greening itself right now. Why? Because it makes sense. Financially, environmentally, socially, businesses are finally wakening up to the concept that the triple bottom line really does work. At Tohu, for example, it's basically becoming an environmental learning center. If you look at everything that's being done as far as water conservation and rainwater infiltration onto the site itself, very highly reflective materials to not contribute to the heat island effect in a dense urban area like that. There's entire biogas recycling programs going on with the old landfill next door. These are all things that we're going to see more and more of. La Tohu, of course, is a shining example.
And now for a recap of some of La Tohu's green activities. Saving energy by use of innovative local energy production and use of a hybrid heating and ventilation system. saving materials and money by integrating recycled building materials into their new construction. Conserving water by installing low-flow toilets and faucets, as well as constructing a natural water basin to catch rainwater for later use.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's your environmental tip of the day.
Hi, my name is Julia Makowitz and I'm from GoGreenInStages.com. If you're looking for ways to green your kitchen, you might consider all the different things that you do in your kitchen. For example, you store food. You store food in the pantry, in the fridge, in the freezer, in the stove, even you take it out. So you might consider having something like stainless steel or glass as an alternative to plastic. It's great because these are long, durable products. You can microwave glass and there's no problems with toxins, and these have a really long life. So they're great to reuse and they have no toxins. Another thing we do in the kitchen is we prepare food, and one of the great things that you can use in the kitchen is bamboo. As a cutting board, it's a perfect product. It's non-leaching, there are no pesticides in the formation of this product, and there's no taste or smell that stays on the cutting board. So this is a great choice if you're looking to replace your plastic utensils. You know, you don't need to be intimidated by the green movement. There are lots of things that you can do step by step to help green your kitchen and green your life. So let's say you choose to use a bamboo cutting board and you're using chicken on it. You can use some natural disinfectants, something that's made with thyme or orange or lemon, and there are a lot of wonderful products now on the market. You can also look to use different alternative cleaning products. For example, something like a loofah. A loofah is a sea cucumber, and it comes like this, and you can cut it into different sizes and actually use it to clean your dishes, clean vegetables, and of course how we usually use it to clean ourselves. It's a great fully compostable product, and you can disinfect it in the washer or in your dishwasher. Another thing you can look to use is something like a coconut scrub. Instead of using a stainless steel product with chemicals, you can use something that has a natural grit, that has something that you would find in another product but is a better alternative. Another product you can look to use is something that comes in a concentrate, something that you use at different dilution, and you can use it in many different areas. Often what you find in the marketplace are lots of different products. Often you're buying water, and instead look for products that are natural, that do the job, but that you save some money with as well. So once you're finished preparing your food and your drink inside and you're going out, here are some things to consider. Try to look for a reusable water bottle or beverage bottle. Something that has different sizes to meet different needs in your family, something that provides some flexibility with different kinds of tops, and look for something that doesn't leach toxins. For little ones, you want to consider alternative ones to plastic, something that's easy to clean, something that has no products like bisphenol A in it, something that has as little plastic on it, something that can use vegetable dyes in the print. When you're outdoors, you might want to consider finding compostable tableware. There are great products out there now made out of reusable products such as compostable corn materials, potato, sugar. All these starches are used to manufacture things like bowls and plates and cutlery. And there's something else you should consider. Looks like plastic, but it's made from corn. This is called PLA, polylactic acid, fully compostable, looks just like plastic, but it's not. And this is great for the environment. To learn more about sustainable living and what you can do for the environment, visit our blog at GoGreenInStages.com.
This program is funded in part by Immunotech, your key to living well and maintaining a strong immune system. Immunotech, makers of Immunical, a nutritional supplement listed in the physician's desk reference and recognized by researchers and medical professionals around the world. And JM Vital Distributors, suppliers of organic and fair trade products worldwide. JM Vital Distributors, offering natural cotton, coffee, rice, tea, and chocolate.
It definitely looks like Saint Michel is a community that's going green.
Yes, it is. In addition, the Weeks family are doing a fantastic job on their cottage.
We'll definitely be checking back with them a little bit later on. If you want to know more about these great projects, make sure you go to our website at www.negltv.org.
And don't forget to visit our website where you can share with us your own great ideas, stories, and even web clips.
Well, that's it for this edition of Northeast Green Lifestyles TV.
Please stay tuned to our next episode where we will bring you even more local green stories.
So long for now.
On upcoming episodes of NEGLTV, join us as we take a look at what's next in green transportation. Visit a school where there's a battle underway to keep waste under control. And we'll serve up a tasty look at organic foods and explain what the dirty dozen is when it comes to fruits and vegetables. All this and more on Northeast Green Lifestyles TV.